So here's the situation. Right after that first pandemic check came out, we were looking for something that we could do as a family, and we needed something that would be outdoors, and we knew the pandemic was going to be going on for a while, and so we settled on this. We wanted something, a fire pit outside. We had a hard time deciding between the Breeo and the Solo, and I'm really glad I went with the Breeo, and here's why. So it's been almost a year since we ordered our Breeo 19-inch fire pit, and I have to say it's just been one of the greatest purchases we've ever had. It was a little bit expensive. It was $489 shipped to us, but I think it was one of the greatest purchases I've ever made. We've used it quite a bit, and here's why. Look, the Breeo fire pit will keep you warm when you're sitting around it, and that's something I just don't see with my friend's Solo fire pit. So I just absolutely love this thing. It really does a good job at what I want it for. I live up in the mountains, and so what you want is to be able to sit around and just kind of warm yourself up around the fire, and that's what this does really well.
All right, so watch this. So look, this is my coffee cup, and right now it's at about 41 degrees. It's been outside. It's pretty cold. We're out here working. It's snowing a little bit. Now watch this. I'm just going to take it over. I'm going to put it about, a comfortable distance away. We're just going to kind of watch it. This fire going for about an hour now. It's warming up pretty quick. I'm watching it warm up here in real time. We'll kind of check back on it. Oh, look. When it really gets going, you can kind of see it curling out the holes there. It's really cool looking. All right, let's see. So these are your legs, right? Your legs are sitting here, warming up by the fire. I haven't noticed this with the Solos as well. The Solos don't seem to do this as good as the Breeo does. Check out something else here. So look, so we're hitting that temperature right there, that cooking surface. Man, it's great. Look at that. The other thing I don't know if you really notice here is that this ring curves in as it gets hot, and this is a really amazing feature that they engineered. So all the grease just kind of goes in the fire, and it makes it really nice and easy to clean. It's just great. Okay, let's come back to the coffee cup. 61, see, 64. So this fire does a good job of warming up your legs when you're sitting around it, which is really nice. Here's the outer surface of this guy right there. It's just really good at radiating heat. Again, we're just in real time here. 5, 6, 6, 6, 7. And it's just a really nice thing that people can sit around, kind of stay warm, and it's just a really great central feature here.
And of course, the most important part about these kinds of pits, the Solo and the Breeo, is that look how smokeless this is. It's just not giving off the smoke once you get them hot. So just to kind of reiterate, look, so here's the temperature that's not near the fire, but these chairs have been sitting around the fire. They've been about an hour. You see that these areas are pretty warm. Like, they're not overly hot, but they're also really quite comfortable. 78, 80 degrees. That feels really nice when it's about 40 degrees outside, and it seems to do this even when it's 20 degrees outside. It does a really great job. There are times, of course, when it's too cold, but look, it just does a fantastic job of keeping a reasonable temperature as long as you're sitting pretty close to the fire. But that means a lot of people can sit around, and we've been using this for gatherings and family events, and we'll sit outside and cook, and even in the summer it's just really not too hot, which is fantastic, right? Like, there's different kinds of fire pits, but this just works so good.
It's just such a good little fire pit. I really like that, some of the details that are in it too. Little Breeos on all the legs, and so my son loves when we cook on here. I'll show you the cooker in just a second. Now, we kind of cheaped out when we got it from Breeo and realized that sometimes we needed a cover, so we got a cheaper Amazon one. And I do think it'll be worth getting the Breeo one eventually, but this works. You can get a little cheaper one. What I am glad it came with is this guy. That's the cooking attachment. It's just really nice. Again, you don't get that with the Solo. My son swears these are the best burgers he's ever had. He eats them off of this. He's 8 and he can actually cook them himself on here, so it's a really great way for the family and for kids to learn how to do some new stuff. It's like going camping in your backyard. It's really nice. make some hot dogs. And then, of course, you can cook on this surface right here, which does a fantastic job. Got a nice hot surface. Put our hot dogs on. It'll cook fast. Got a little wind today, so I'm keeping the thing over it. Reminds me of those jumping beans you get as a kid. If you've never seen these things before, they're really neat. They light really, really nicely. They just keep burning for a couple minutes, enough to get the wood going, and never had a problem getting a good fire started in here with one of these guys. So I'll just keep some of these on hand.
I think you can tell that I really like this fire pit, and I like that it's made in America. It's a very clever fire pit. Ours is starting to get a really nice patina on it, and it's just getting better and better every year. And you know what? I found that even though this was really expensive, this is something we use all the time. The family comes over, we have friends over. It's been a really nice thing to just gather around. Even during COVID, we would have people over, small groups obviously, but we could distance around the fire and still hang out and be pretty safe. And so guess what? I really like this thing. And if you're looking for a fire pit, I think this has some advantages over the Solo in that it's a little bit warmer. Now maybe you don't need that, but I really like it. And it's pretty fuel efficient too. Like it really doesn't use that much wood. The Solo might be even a little more fuel efficient from what I've seen in my friends' houses, but this gives off the heat. Plus, it just doesn't use that much wood compared to some of these open designs where you have to just pour in wheelbarrow loads of wood. Anyway, I hope you like it. Maybe consider getting one for yourself. Tell me what you like when you're in a fire pit too. Maybe I'm not finding the best thing, but I really do like this guy.